Introduction. A peek into Elon Musk's universe. Ashlee Vance was upset with Elon Musk's refusal to collaborate 18 months prior to authoring this book. Vance was forced to work without his assistance after receiving this rejection, and he conducted 200 interviews. At some point, Musk invited the author to dinner afterward for a possible negotiation. In order to have more influence over his life story, he intended to include footnotes. Musk had always come across to Vance as a man who benefited financially off the self-hatred and terror of others. He requested Musk not meddle with the book as a result. Thus, Vance started his studies in the SpaceX headquarters in California, where Musk was revered and regarded as a god for enthusiastically taking on seemingly impossible tasks. Elon Musk asserts that the lack of innovation is due to the fact that most people are too preoccupied with law, finance, and the internet. Over time, Silicon Valley and San Francisco have transformed into cities of deep sadness where only positive times are well documented due to the rise of the get-rich-quick dream on the internet. Nowadays, people would rather create easy apps and advertisements to amuse customers than tangible things that would open up more job chances. The brightest minds of my generation are pondering ways to get viewers to click on adverts. If Musk hadn't moved from Silicon Valley to Los Angeles, he might have contributed to the disease. He doubled focused on investing in the production of physical goods in Silicon Valley and Los Angeles after becoming wealthy from his dot-com endeavors. However, he had to cope with many ferocious foes who were not pleased, particularly with his advancements in space technology and Tesla direct sales in place of France dealerships. Musk has amassed a long list of admirers and detractors over the previous 2 decades as he has built his businesses. You may get a general idea of Elon Musk's life from this summary. We'll start with his early years before talking about his modest beginnings and the enormous strides he's making in the tech sector. Let's get going. Chapter 1. Musk had a difficult upbringing. The source code for young Elon Musk's video game was initially made public by PC and Office Technology magazine. He was unusual in that he took space dreams more seriously than other people. Musk was raised in Pretoria, South Africa, where he was born in 1971. Growing up, apartheid was pervasive throughout the nation, resulting in conflict and bloodshed between whites and blacks. Fortunately for him, he was able to travel abroad while he was still young. This awkward young man fled to the U.S. at the age of 20. Where, according to family trees, his personality and dreams would be able to blossom. During the American Revolution, people bearing the Swiss-German surname Haldeman fled Europe for New York. They migrated from New York to the Midwest's plains, concentrating on Illinois and Minnesota. John Elon Haldeman, his great-grandfather, was born in 1872 and spent his formative years in Illinois before relocating to Minnesota. There, he met his wife, and together they had Musk's grandpa, Joshua Norman Haldeman, who served as an inspiration to Musk. He was a wrestler, a boxer, and a bronco rider at the age of 7. In 1907, the family relocated to Saskatchewan, where Haldeman's father passed away. Haldeman moved away from home as a teenager to attend the Palmer School of Chiropractic in Iowa and earn a degree. After that, he returned to Saskatchewan to start a farm. Errol and May Musk were introduced in school and wed 7 years later. Elon was there. The 28th of June 1971. Kimball and Tosca, 2 more kids, followed him. We are trained to bring up kids in the same manner as our parents or other major caregivers brought us up. Going against the grain requires conscious effort. May was aware of her son's outstanding talent and intelligence even as a young child. He would shut out the outside world by the age of 5 or 6 and concentrate solely on one thing. This was due to the way his visual mind operated. Musk claims that doing so gave him the ability to mentally duplicate objects and picture what would happen if they interacted with one another. Musk used to spend a lot of time in bookstores and libraries as a child. He had so many facts that he developed into the stereotypical know-it-all. Children shunned him. When Musk was 10 years old, his parents separated, making Musk's childhood challenging. Chapter 2. Elon Musk's impromptu flight from South Africa to Canada had some issues, but it helped shape his future. Musk had to work odd jobs to make ends meet because he did not have a clear plan when he immigrated to Canada as a young adult. His mother, sister, and brother also relocated to Canada to be with him. Musk enrolled at Kingston's Queen's University in 1989. Along with their studies, he and his brother would make cold calls and invite fascinating individuals out to lunch. With Peter Nicholson's help, Musk was able to secure a summer internship at the Bank of Nova Scotia. Musk was a good fit for college because people valued his brilliance. He didn't dismiss it like the high school kids did. Instead, he made friends with Nave Farouk over their love of board games. They collaborated to create the video game Civilization. If you want to live a happy life, hang out in areas where people notice and value your originality. Musk transferred to the University of Pennsylvania after 2 years at Queen's. Written to complete a double degree in economics and physics. He produced outstanding papers. One anticipated a surge in solar power technology as a result of material advancements. He also discussed the massive construction of solar power facilities. Musk gave the gaming industry significant consideration after graduating from college. Although he had been enamored with video games since he was a young child, he believed that he wouldn't have much an impact in that area. Instead, he spoke of his great desire to work in the domains of space, renewable energy, and the Internet. He believed they were valuable and crucial moving forward. Chapter 3. The Musk brothers established a startup to aid companies in going online. In Silicon Valley, Musk held numerous internships. He spent the day at Pinnacle Research Institute, where researchers were investigating how ultracapacitors, a novel fuel source, might be used to power hybrid and electric automobiles. He took pleasure in his job there and used the lessons he discovered as the foundation for his experimentation with company plans and industrialist fantasies. If you've made up your mind about what you want to do with your life, choose Penn.to serve as a master's apprentice. Enable you to scale more quickly. He spent his evenings at the Palo Alto video game firm Rocket Science Games. To create the drivers needed for mouse and joysticks to interface with different video games and PCs, Musk was hired. In Silicon Valley, he discovered a wealth of possibilities and a good setting for his aspirations. He convinced his brother Kimball to relocate to Silicon Valley when he earned his degree from Penn so they could start an online business together. They started a business in 1995 called Global Link Information Network, which was eventually renamed Zip2. The goal was to assist businesses in going online, but at the time, the majority of firms did not comprehend its significance. The Musk brothers set up an office, purchased some tools, and hired personnel to round out the group. Kimball ran the sales operation while Elon got a license for a business database, received free digital map technology from Navtech, and coded the system. At first, things were really difficult for them. They were given $28,000 by their father to help them get by, and for the first 3 months they slept in the office. They eventually relocated to a 2-bedroom apartment but were unable to purchase furniture. Their squad was the only thing that survived. Going on, Musk proceeded to enhance until they could test and demonstrate Zip2 software. Zip2 underwent in 1996. Major adjustment following more DeVito Ventures investment. Invest $3 million in the business. Computer experts who had just been hired improved the system. Codes were broken up into sections that could be improved upon and adjusted. Up until Zip2 started to lose money, everything was okay. When they resisted joining forces, the board of Zip2 gladly sold Citizen to PC manufacturer Compaq More for $307 million. DeVito received a 200% return on his investment. Musk received $22 million. Chapter 4. A wealthy millionaire who exudes confidence. Musk was compelled to look for a lucrative sector he could take advantage of after the sale of Zip2. He put the majority of his funds into the tech business X.com, where he hired a top-notch team with experience in both finance and technology. Within the first 5 months of XCOM's existence, two financially savvy Canadians, Christopher Payne and Harris Fricker, joined their firm. Due to his personality conflicts with Musk, Fricker attempted a coup and took the majority of the important engineers with them. Fortunately for Musk, Mike Moritz, a well-known investor from Sequoia Capital, supported the business, and it quickly became operational. Peter Thiel and Max Levchin, well-known businesspeople and investors, founded the payment provider Confinity, which quickly emerged as a significant rival, not long after a new crisis surfaced. The two businesses engaged in a vigorous competition for market share. Both businesses joined in March 2000, making Musk XCOM's largest shareholder. Because you can't predict who you may need as allies in the future, don't maintain adversaries for life. As their customer base grew, their system's technological problems persisted, resulting in weekly website crashes and opening the company up to fraud as the key engineers fought to develop a new system. As a result, a coup was plotted by some X.com personnel. While Musk and his first wife, Justine Wilson, were on their honeymoon, Thiel took over as CEO. X.com became PayPal and Elon in June 2001. Musk was demoted to the position of business advisor. He accepted the position and continued to invest in PayPal up until July 2002, when eBay purchased it for $5 billion. You must challenge the rules if they prevent you from moving forward. Chapter 5. To surround himself with people who could teach him about aeronautics, Musk moved to Los Angeles. Musk started considering a route out of Palo Alto's rat race when he hit 30. He returned to his youthful fancies about space exploration and rocket ships after being expelled from PayPal. He and his wife relocated to Los Angeles, where he started networking with business leaders. Despite his lack of space knowledge, he was surrounded by people who could help him develop his ideas. His first encounter was with the nonprofit Mars Society, a group of astronomy aficionados, who took note of him after he paid them $5,000. Robert Zubrin, the group's leader, welcomed him for coffee and filled him in on the details of the group's research center, which had been constructed in the Arctic to replicate the extreme conditions on Mars. Your physical and mental environments have an impact on your ideas and actions. The exploration of space felt increasingly crucial to him as he thought about it. The ideal strategy to investigate Mars was discussed by him and a group of scientists at a symposium. Some of these specialists ended up working as his consultants while they developed the design for a plant machine that would be sent to Mars. Musk intended to employ a Russian redesigned intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, as his launch vehicle. So he turned to Jim Cantrell, a peculiar man who has performed a mix of covert and arbitrary work for the U.S. government and other governments. Together, they traveled to Russia in search of potential buyers. After a negotiation deal fell through in 2002, Musk made the decision to build his own rockets. Because American engineer Tom Mueller, who had spent his whole career developing rockets, had joined his team of space experts, he was confident that his plan would be successful. SpaceX was established by Musk at a disused warehouse in El Segundo, Los Angeles, in June 2002. America wanted to use it as a fresh start in the rocket industry. Falcon 1 was successfully launched by SpaceX on March 21, 2007, however it exploded in space after a short time. This did not, however, dim Musk's optimism. Did you know that Elon Musk's SpaceX facility was used for some of the interior and exterior filming for Iron Man 2? Chapter 6. At the production stage, Tesla came dangerously close to bankruptcy. J.B. Straubel, a pro at constructing affordable electric and hybrid vehicles who is currently the CEO of Redwood Materials, a battery recycling plant, struck it rich when he met Elon Musk in the fall of 2003. In a communication with AC Propulsion, Straubel instructed them to send T0 for Musk to drive. He was willing to pay for the car's conversion to a commercial vehicle because he loved it, but the firm declined. Straubel was unaware of the desire of two business partners in creating a car driven by lithium batteries. Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpening's work at Nouveau Media gave them insights into lithium-ion batteries' capacity, but AC Propulsion turned down Eberhard's offer. He then established his own business, combined it with tarpaulin to form Tesla Motor, and hired a New Zealander engineer named Ian Wright. Musk invested $6.5 million, becoming Tesla's chairman and largest stakeholder, and hired Strobel to work for the company. As the developers experimented with cutting-edge battery technologies in the beginning, numerous batteries detonated. Tesla released a roadster called the EP1 in May 2006, which helped them attract additional investors. At a Santa Clara function, EP2 was employed to entertain the attendees. If you're willing to adapt and learn, don't be scared to venture into new markets and ventures. Tesla experienced considerable difficulties during the manufacturing phase, thus Michael Marks succeeded Eberhard as CEO. Due to Tesla's dire financial situation, Musk was forced to sell some of his possessions in order to raise additional money for production. NASA paid SpaceX $1.6 billion on December 23, 2008, so that it could supply the International Space Station, ISS. Musk's success was based on his capacity to maintain concentration in the face of adversity. Chapter 7. Musk's accomplishments made him one of Silicon Valley's most admired doers. The Rive brothers, Elon Musk's relatives, resembled a tech gang. They created software that would allow them to automate routine chores and remotely operate their clients' computers. They rode in an RV with Musk to the chaos of the Burning Man in the Black Rock Desert in pursuit of a greater challenge. In 2016, they launched a business called Solar City after Musk advised them to enter the solar sector. They concentrated on purchasing, installing, and controlling the solar panels for their clients instead of manufacturing solar panels like other solar companies. Due to its enormous success, Solar City had a market value of around $7 billion by 2014. Silicon Valley was busy investing money in green technology businesses that ultimately failed as Solar City expanded. The market was too small and too expensive for the government to continue sponsoring. Solar City began selling energy storage systems in the beginning of 2014. These systems were created in collaboration with Tesla Motors. Solar City paid $200 million in June 2014 to acquire the solar cell manufacturer Soliva. To close observers, the business appeared to have transformed into a utility. It's crucial to pick company partners that have complementary abilities, especially if you're a lean startup. A key component of Musk's unified field theory is Solar City. Solar City distributes Tesla battery packs to end users, while Tesla uses Solar City solar panels in the charging stations to offer free charging to its drivers. The majority of Model S buyers adopted Musk's lifestyle and purchased solar panels for their homes. Tesla and SpaceX are also connected. They provide information on raw materials, the complexities of running plants, and industrial processes. The future is uncertain. Major technology problems might still affect all three of Musk's businesses. By the time their meal was finished, the author had come to the conclusion that, contrary to what he had earlier speculated aloud, Musk's propensity for taking calculated risks had nothing to do with madness. Most people are turned off by Musk's tremendous and exceptional level of conviction. Conclusion. Elon Musk made a significant impact in the space, solar, and transportation industries, and Vance highlighted a life filled with triumph and tragedy. Despite the fact that many people waited for years for Musk's businesses to fail, his patience and resilience have allowed him to become a major success on a worldwide scale. Even if you aren't a tech millionaire or a Musk, you can still use the main ideas from this overview to your advantage. The first lesson might be to never give up on your dreams, no matter what. Honor your legitimate ambitions and objectives by working tirelessly to make them come true. Technology and space have long captivated Elon Musk. When he worked for PayPal, that affinity slightly decreased, but it returned once he left the organization, allowing him to go on to build the world he had always imagined. Along the road, Musk faced difficulties, but his perseverance has kept him steadfast to this day. None of us experience it any differently. On your journey to success and significance, you will face obstacles, but by maintaining a positive attitude and concentrating on your life goals, you can overcome them. Make collaborations one of your key values as well. You need help with some things. Anyone who wants to succeed in life must develop the ability to recognize and maintain crucial relationships. He does what he wants and is relentless about it, as his ex-wife Justine described it. The remainder of us live in Elon's universe. No matter how big your dreams may appear at first, never give up on them. Develop relationships with others, especially those who have the abilities and information to further your objectives.